Watch this move. Price starts climbing, not perfectly, but the overall direction is clearly higher. Then it pauses, it pulls back for a while, nothing dramatic, just a temporary move against the trend, and then buyers step back in and the trend continues. Now forget that chart for a second. Here's another one, different section of the chart. But watch the sequence. Price trends lower, pulls back, and then keeps moving in the original direction, almost like the market is taking a breath before moving again. And if you've been watching carefully, you'll probably stop paying attention to the candles themselves. Instead, you're watching the rhythm: move, pause, move again, trend, pullback, continuation, trend, pullback, continuation, over and over and over again. This isn't a rare setup. It happens for more often than most traders realize. Now here's where things start getting interesting. If the pattern was all you needed, trading would be easy. Watch this one, a strong trend, clean pullback, everything looks almost identical to the examples we just looked at. If I stop the chart right here, most traders would expect another continuation. I probably would too, but that's not what happens. Instead of continuing higher, price rolls over, breaks the structure, and completely reverses. The pullback looked perfectly normal. The outcome wasn't. The market does the exact opposite of what everyone was expecting. What are we missing? Let's add one thing to the chart. Watch what happens. Notice where price kept coming back to. During the trend, every pullback seems to drift toward this area. Sometimes it dips into it, sometimes it barely touches it. But after the pullback finishes, buyers step back in. The trend continues. Let's see if that's just a coincidence. Here's another chart. Different day, same chart. Watch the pullback. Again, price moves back toward the zone, hesitates, and then continues higher. That's two examples. Let's keep going. This indicator is called the MTF EHMA and HMA Insight. Its job isn't to tell us exactly when to buy or sell. It's much simpler than that. It helps us answer one question: who is currently in control of the market? When price is trading above their band, buyers have advantage. When price is below it, sellers are generally in control. Think of it as a trend filter. Instead of guessing the direction, it gives us a framework for deciding whether we should even be looking for buys or sells in the first place. Now go back to the examples we looked at earlier. They suddenly make a lot more sense. The winning trades weren't happening in random places. They were happening in the direction of the larger trend. Instead of trying to predict every move, we're simply following the side that's already in control. At this point, it almost feels like we've solved the puzzle. Simple. Too simple. Because the market has one more lesson for us. Watch this setup. Price is already above the EHMA ribbon. Trend still looks healthy. The pullback isn't unusually deep. If all we cared about was the trend, this should continue higher, right? But instead, buyers never regain control. Price rolls over, breaks lower, and the trend is over. The ribbon didn't fail. It did exactly what it was designed to do. It tells us the overall direction of the market. What it didn't tell us was whether this particular pullback is still enough strength behind it to continue. So now we know something important. The EHMA ribbon is excellent at telling us where we should be looking for trades, but it's not enough to tell us which pullbacks are actually worth taking. Look under the chart. Price pulls back, but the indicator stays strong. Price pulls back almost the same, but underneath, something is already changing. Let's compare a few more. Here's a pullback that continues. Now here's one that fails. Another continuation, another fail. Can you see the difference? The winning pullbacks all have one thing in common. The market is still pushing in the direction of the trend. The failed pullbacks aren't. They may look healthy from price alone, but underneath the surface, the momentum has already started fading. The indicator is called the range oscillator, and despite the name, we're not using it to generate buy and sell signals. We're using it for something much simpler. It tells us whether the market still has enough momentum to support the trend we're trying to trade. Now the puzzle feels complete. We've got the trend, we've got the momentum, so if both of them agree, every trade should work. Now let's build the complete strategy from the start to finish. Let's start with the indicator settings. For the EHMA and HMA Insight, we're using two values, 144 and 300. Those are the only settings we're using for this strategy. For the range oscillator, the settings are a length of 100 and a smoothing value of 4. And if you're following along on your own charts, these are the exact settings used through this video. Now let's walk through a complete buy setup. The first thing I check is the overall trend. If price is trading above the EHMA ribbon, I'm only interested in buying. If price is below the ribbon, I simply ignore every bullish setup I see. That one decision removes a lot of unnecessary trades. Once I know the trend is bullish, I wait. I don't chase the market. I want price to pull back toward the ribbon. This is where patience becomes important. If the market never pulls back, there's no setup. As the pullback develops, I draw a trend line across the pullback inside the pullback highs. Nothing fancy. I'm simply following the structure that the market is already creating. Now I wait for confirmation. The trade only becomes valid when two things happens on the breakout candle. First, price breaks above the pullback trend line. Second, price is back above the ribbon. If one of those conditions isn't there, there's no trade. Now we check the range oscillator. This is our final filter. For buy setup, the oscillator must be above 0, but below 100. Above 0 tells us the bullish momentum is still present. Below the 100 helps us avoid entering after the move has already become overextended. If it's already above 100, I escape the trade. And if it's below 0, I also escape the trade. Once every condition lines up, I enter a breakout candle. The setup goes below the most recent swing low and the take profit is fixed at 1-to-2 risk reward ratio. Simple, consistent, no guessing once the trade is active. The sell setup is simply the mirror image, and that's the complete strategy. Wanna clear a bottle of Cabernet, wanna stay home, not even drink, wanna get out of my own head, wanna lay down, overthink, I wanna cry every tear